harsh words, "ghetto trash," echoed through the sparkling ballroom like breaking glass. Victoria Sterling's palm drove a chocolate dessert directly into Maya Washington's face, sending frosting cascading through her hair. Her elegant navy gown was destroyed before 300 shocked attendees. Mobile devices lifted immediately. Sharp intakes of breath filled the quiet space. Maya remained motionless. She stayed still, dessert sliding down her face, her gaze blazing, not with sorrow but with something more frigid, strategic thinking. In that lone, degrading instant, influence changed hands. The heiress believed she had defeated her, but she was unaware of whom she had just provoked, and as the online viewer count soared every second, the globe was about to discover. The grand hall remained silent. Chocolate dripped from Maya's jaw onto gleaming stone, yet she declined to budge. The crystal fixture's glow illuminated her destroyed navy outfit as 300 gazes focused on her. Mobile phones floated in the atmosphere like arms, each one filming, each one anticipating the following action. Victoria positioned herself proudly, her gem-studded accessories sparkling as she chuckled into the sound device. "Everyone, this demonstrates what occurs when uninvited guests attempt to infiltrate our society," she declared, her tone cutting and merciless. "Observe her drenched in dessert, pretending she has a place here." The assembly responded with nervous chuckling. Several attendees grinned, others moved restlessly, but nobody ventured to step in. Maya gradually lifted her head, her stare connected with the lens of Sterling's authorized streaming device. The cameraman focused closer, recording the composed determination in her expression. She voiced her words just audibly enough for the microphone to register. "Ma'am, I believe there has been a confusion." The manner was arteous, businesslike, yet it held an authority that hushed even the murmurs from the hall's rear. Victoria scoffed, moving in circles like a hunter convinced the prey was already defeated. "Oh, don't attempt to appear blameless now. Everyone present witnessed you searching through private papers. This is the result when individuals of your kind attempt to slip into locations where you're unwelcome." The expression, "individuals of your kind," lingered ominously in the space. Sharp breaths pierced the crowd. A gentleman by the refreshment area whispered, "She didn't actually voice that, correct?" His associate shook his head. Phones continued filming. The venue administrator, Marcus Carter, advanced with cautious tact. "Ladies, maybe we could settle this discreetly." "Nothing discreet regarding it," Victoria retorted, interrupting him. "I desire everyone to witness what happens when imposters attempt to deceive us." She gestured toward Maya, chocolate still covering her hair. "Inexpensive outfit, counterfeit timepiece, likely taken." Maya breathed in gradually, sensing the sweetness and resentment in the atmosphere. Her grip tightened on her portfolio. She lowered to gather the documents spread across the ground. But Victoria's shoe pressed down forcefully on her hand. "Don't handle those," Victoria whispered loudly enough for the microphone. "Security will manage your fraudulent papers." A rumble traveled through the assembly. Some guests stepped backward, now uncomfortable as the cruelty became undeniable. Others moved closer, eager for the developing spectacle. Maya grimaced but remained silent. Instead, she gazed up at Victoria with a composure that disturbed her. "You assume I don't have a place here," Maya spoke quietly, "but maybe you should confirm before determining who belongs and who doesn't." She reached into her handbag and presented Marcus Carter with her professional card. He examined it and his expression turned ashen. "Dr. Maya Washington, Senior Vice President, Microsoft Azure." The ballroom atmosphere changed. Whispers emerged, intense and urgent. "Did he mention Microsoft Senior VP? That's impossible." Victoria grabbed the card from his grasp, laughing harshly. "This is the poorest forgery I've witnessed. Microsoft leaders don't resemble her." Sharp intakes cut through the space. The brutality of her statement resonated more powerfully than the music that had ceased playing. Phones broadcast everything. Tens of thousands of spectators observing the degradation happening live. Maya retrieved her damaged phone, still functioning despite the marks from Victoria's heel. She pressed the display and raised it toward the projection system. Her qualifications covered the ballroom displays. Microsoft Executive Portal, her photograph, her position, her credentials. The response was immediate. The space exploded with gasps, exclamations, and shock. The streaming count jumped beyond 100,000. Comments raced across Sterling's social media faster than anyone could follow them. Victoria's face lost its color, but she struggled to recover her control. "That's fraudulent. She's a performer. You all witnessed her. She's drenched in dessert." Before Maya could reply, Carter contacted Microsoft's primary line. He activated the speaker. The connection went through. "Microsoft Corporation, Redmond headquarters. How may I assist your call?" "Yes," Carter said, his voice strained. "Please connect me to Dr. Maya Washington's office." The transfer connected. A voice responded. "This is Jennifer, executive assistant to Dr. Washington." Every guest faced Maya. She cleaned a line of chocolate from her face and spoke calmly. "Jennifer, this is Dr. Washington. I'm at the Sterling Gala. I've experienced an issue involving dessert." The assistant's shocked gasp resonated through the ballroom. "We're observing the live broadcast currently. Dr. Washington, are you secure? Should we contact authorities?" The quiet that ensued was charged. The heiress froze, her arrogance dissolving before thousands of live spectators. Jonathan Sterling, the CEO, hurried in, his face pale. "Victoria," he whispered frantically, "what have you accomplished?" She turned toward him, relief spreading across her expression. "Daddy, excellent timing. She's deceiving. She doesn't have a place here. I managed it with some dessert." The space burst with disbelief. A voice called from behind. "Nobody chuckled when you smashed that dessert in her face." Jonathan's gaze fixed on Maya's credentials displayed on the massive screens. He stumbled, understanding the reality. He returned to his daughter, terror carved into every feature of his face. "Oh God, Victoria." But she refused to cease. "You're all deceived. She doesn't have a place here. Look at her." Maya stepped forward, her voice rising above the commotion. "Miss Sterling attacked me while calling me ghetto trash. She degraded me on camera before hundreds of thousands of viewers. And she accomplished it minutes before I was planned to sign a $4.2 billion partnership that would have rescued Sterling Industries." The statement struck like lightning. The crowd gasped. Phones recorded every word. The live stream jumped to 200,000. Victoria's father dropped to his knees before Maya. "Dr. Washington, I am deeply sorry. Please, we require this partnership. Don't penalize 12,000 workers for my daughter's actions." Victoria's voice broke. "Daddy, stand up. Don't plead for this dessert-covered fraud." Maya lifted her portfolio, the one Victoria had kicked across the stone floor, and opened it with purposeful composure. Inside rested the agreement, perfect beneath the chocolate that adhered to its borders. She raised it high for the cameras. "This," she stated, "is the Microsoft Sterling agreement. It would have guaranteed Sterling Industries' future, but the time limit has expired and the contract is invalid. Your daughter ruined it the instant she threw that dessert." The crowd responded with gasps and murmurs. Reporters pushed forward. The livestream comments exploded. "She finished them. Permanently the most costly dessert in history." Jonathan fell, his business empire crumbling before his vision. "Please, Dr. Washington, we'll dismiss her. We'll do whatever. Just provide us another opportunity." Maya's voice remained steady, each statement cutting more sharply than glass. "Mr. Sterling, your daughter didn't merely offend me. She offended every individual who has ever been informed they don't belong. She exposed your company's principles to the world, and the cost is $4.2 billion. Security approached Victoria, who was now shaking, chocolate still beneath her nails. "Miss Sterling," the chief stated, "we have numerous witnesses and 6 camera perspectives. You attacked a guest. You're being arrested." "No, this is madness. It was merely dessert," she cried as restraints clicked around her arms. Maya remained still. She allowed the cameras to record every instant. The heiress, once intoxicated with arrogance, now removed in shame. The crowd exploded. Some applauded, others yelled, but all understood they had observed the collapse of privilege in real time. Maya faced the cameras one final time, dessert still attached to her hair. Ladies and gentlemen, actions bear consequences. Tonight, you witnessed them occur. The live stream count reached 250,000 as Victoria Sterling was led away. Her empire destroyed, her privilege removed, and the world moved closer, eager to discover what Maya Washington would do subsequently. When the ballroom finally cleared, Maya walked alone through the peaceful hallway, her shoes tapping gently against the stone, the burden of the evening resting on her shoulders. Yet beneath the weariness, there was understanding. She had not only protected her honor, she had exposed a truth much larger. That respect cannot be purchased, and arrogance cannot withstand the illumination of revelation. For the first time, she experienced the sensation of desert in her hair as something beyond humiliation. It was evidence that cruelty can reverse, evidence that even the smallest display of contempt can destroy an empire. Observing Victoria led away in disgrace, Maya realized that power is not in speaking louder, but in remaining steady when quiet would be simpler. She stopped at the hotel entrance, city lights dancing against the glass. In that mirror image, she no longer witnessed a victim drenched in chocolate, but a leader who had transformed insult into consequence. And as the cameras accompanied her out into the darkness, the message was inscribed clearly for everyone who had observed it. Truth travels further than privilege ever can. If this story touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Real Life Stories New for more stories where dignity transforms destiny.